Hello everyone, Welchie here and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another predictions video. Last time I predicted the PlayStation Showcase, which didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Hopefully you saw my reaction video to that showcase as well, or at least some of the trailers that come from it. But today we're moving on and looking forward to the Summer Games Fest, almost the PlayStation Showcase again. Looking forward to Summer Games Fest, which is happening this Thursday. I'm recording on Monday night, you'll probably see this on a Tuesday. And Summer Game Fest is on Thursday, and typically this is an event where we don't get the biggest reveals ever, but we do get some cool stuff. So I want to do a few predictions, and I'm also going to have a little bit as well on the Xbox Showcase, which is happening on Sunday, because that's a big one as well, especially after the PlayStation 1 not being as good as we've hoped. So without further ado, I want to get straight into it, and let's start with the things that we know. Well, my iPad's going to run out of battery, which is where all my notes are, so I hope that doesn't run out. The things that we know are going to be there at Summer Games Fest, and one of them is Mortal Kombat 1, just announced 2 weeks ago, very recently, with a cool looking trailer, very cool looking trailer. I'm a big Mortal Kombat guy, it's probably my go-to fighting game. I played a lot of Mortal Kombat X or 10, not as much 11, but I did play a fair bit of it, and I'm really excited for this one. This is a year where we're getting, or had just Street Fighter 6 just come out, which sounds fantastic. Mortal Kombat 1 and Tekken 8 should release this year as well, if not near the beginning of 2024. It's a big year for for fighting games, and for me, the one I would go to is Mortal Kombat 1. So I'm really excited to see more of this. We know it's going to be there. Raw gameplay is going to be there, so super excited. I'm interested. Apparently, it's going to be like an assist fighting game. So you'll have your main set of characters and then another set of characters that you can't actually play as, but you can call them in to help you. So interesting to see how that's going to work and how they're going to make that cool, which I'm sure they will. So super excited for that one. We also know the other game I'm super excited about, and I reacted to the trailer from PlayStation, was Alan Wake 2. We're going to see some proper gameplay footage, even though there was gameplay in the last trailer from the PlayStation Showcase. I think we're going to get like maybe a 5 to 6 minute full gameplay segment, maybe even longer, of Alan Wake 2. So I'm super excited about that. One of my most anticipated games of the year alongside Spider-Man 2. So very happy that's going to be there, and I'm glad we know it's going to be there. So I know there's going to be at least something on this showcase that I want to see, as well as Mortal Kombat. And another one that we know is there is Lies of P. Lies of P is one for me, but I know it is for a lot of people. It's another Souls-like game, based on the story and the characters of Pinocchio. It looks really cool, and I always say this about all Souls-like games, they look cool, they look amazing, but for me, I know it's not going to be a game that I'm going to enjoy, but I know a lot of people out there are going to enjoy it, so if you are looking forward to it, you can expect it at Summer Games Fest next week. So now, they're the three things that I know are going to be there, that they've said are going to be there. There might be a few that I've missed, but they're the big ones, I believe. So now I'm going to go into predictions, what I think will be there. And I think one of the things that are pretty much certain to be there is Death Stranding 2. Kojima has an existing very strong relationship with Jeff Keighley, the host of Summer Games Fest, so I am very confident to be here if it's in any shape to be shown, which I think it will be. So I'm definitely expecting it. Definitely expecting to be there. I'd be pretty shocked if it's not in some fashion. I don't know if it's going to be like a trailer or gameplay or what. I imagine it's more of a trailer. But I'm not expecting any concrete release date. Maybe a window, sometime in 24. I don't know if they give it like a season or just say 24. But I wouldn't be too surprised if it didn't give anything away either. It might be too early for them, with their eyes set on the Game Awards being where they're going to say more about release dates. Next on my list here is something from PlayStation, and I'm not predicting it. I'm just, I guess, praying as well for it, because I ranted on it at the end of my last reaction video for this showcase. We don't know what's happening with PlayStation right now. We know what's coming to the end of the year with Spider-Man, and after that we don't know. We know Wolverine is out there somewhere, and we can all assume that there's a Ghost of Tsushima 2 coming. We know now that Last of Us Factions has been delayed. We don't actually know what's coming out next year for PlayStation, and that's unheard of for PlayStation. Every year we normally know what's coming for the next 2 years. We knew Spider-Man 2 was coming this year, back in 21. if you know what I mean, we normally know what's coming 2 years down the line. Yes, you could argue we know Wolverine's coming. We don't know what year that's coming yet. So it would just be nice to have something where they're like, look, this is coming next year, whatever it is. It'd be great to see Wolverine. You could argue that maybe they didn't want to take any of the spotlight away from Spider-Man 2, so they wanted it to be like the main thing of the showcase. Fine, but you could have still made it was still the biggest thing. It was like a 12-minute gameplay segment. You could have had a 2-minute trailer for Wolverine in there somewhere. Anyway, let's stop ranting about that. Could we see something from PlayStation? I'm not saying it's a definite, but I think there's a good chance. I think maybe what PlayStation have done is they've realised they don't want to just have their showcase. They want their conversation to be on PlayStation all year round rather than just when they do their presentation. So I think they want to be involved with the Keighley stuff. They want an announcement or two. Last year they had The Last of Us Part 1 announced at Summer Games Fest, as well as some Last of Us Factions details. So there's a good chance to only have something here. I'd like to think it's Wolverine related, or Ghost of Tsushima 2 announcement, or something from Ben's studio, or the next Bluepoint game. Something along those lines. Something from PlayStation to say, look, not that they messed up last time, but look, we're going to be at all of these showcases. We're going to be at this one. We're going to be at Gamescom. We're going to be at the Game Awards. So that we're talking about their games and all the time, whilst we're also talking about everyone else's games. They don't want to be left out. And I think that's what they're doing. Obviously, I could be completely wrong, and it could just be that Sony's in a bad way right now. But I think we might see something from PlayStation. Even if it's not the biggest announcement ever, I think we'll see something. If I had to guess, I'm going to say Wolverine. Trailer with a 24 window. Maybe even like fall 24, winter 24. Would be my guess. But I wouldn't be shocked if PlayStation aren't there. I'd be disappointed though. I would be disappointed. Next I've got Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC. Obviously Cyberpunk had its issues at launch, but it seems to have kind of regained, not momentum, but it's regained fans and it's in a stable place right now. It's a game that I do want to go back and play. I started it when it came out and just gave up with it, as many did, and I do want to go back and beat it, but the Phantom Liberty DLC seems quite promising. I've obviously got Idris Elba fronting that, and they have announced that it's going to be at the Play Days, which is the event where I think fans can go, but definitely let media go to play the games after Summer Games Fest, like a few days after. So I imagine there'll be something here. Sorry, I would say I'm 99% sure we'll see something Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty related here. Next is Crash Team Rumble, the multiplayer Crash Bandicoot game. Not one I'm interested in, but I'm so sure we're going to see it because it's coming out in the next month. I'm pretty sure it comes out this month in June, and I think we'll just see it. I'm pretty sure we're going to see it here, and not much more to say about that other than bank on it. Similar thing with Exoprimal. Not as confident with this, but again, it comes out very soon, so I think we might just see something to remind us, hey look, this is coming. It's coming to Game Pass. Be excited. This is why you should be excited, that kind of thing. And another one which is coming out soon, which I think we're going to have to see, is The Expanse, which is the Telltale game based on the Amazon Prime show, a show I've not watched and I want to watch. So this coming out has made me think, should I watch it? Because then if I do like it, I'll probably go and get the game. But it's coming out very soon. I feel like we haven't seen it much, but I don't know if it's just because I've been ignoring it. But yeah, I know it's coming out very soon, so I think we're going to see that here in some fashion. Another game that comes out, this comes out in September, and it's not my anticipated game, but a lot of people are highly anticipating it because it's coming from the developers that make Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and whatnot, and that is, I forgot their names, From Software, sorry. And that's Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. That's going to be here, I'm sure of it. They showed Elden Ring at the Summer Games Fest that year. So I think we're going to see Armored Core 6 here as a reminder that, hey, this is coming out very soon. We're going to see gameplay, I think. And I think it's going to get a lot of people excited. It might even get me excited, who knows. But I am very certain this will be there. I'm saying all this after my last PlayStation predictions were awful, but I feel a lot better about these ones because they make sense. PlayStation are a lot less predictable right now, but Silent Hill 2 remake is next on my list. not 100% certain on this, but I feel like we have to see it soon. And there's not really a better place to do it other than the Summer Games Fest, unless it's going to be like an Xbox exclusive partnership that they have. Then it'll be at the Xbox One, but I think we're going to see it on Thursday at the Summer Games Fest. I'm excited about this one because I'm a big fan of horror games, and I never actually played Silent Hill back in the day because I was too young. So yeah, I am excited to see this one, see if it's any good, see what it looks like. And I know there's a lot of anticipation around it. I hope it's not going to be a disappointment, but I do think we're going to see it. And another thing I think we're definitely going to see is Tekken 8. I don't expect it at the Xbox One, so I think we're going to see it here. Street Fighter 6 is out. They want to remind us, hey look, Tekken 8 is coming. The only thing that might take away from this is that we're going to have Mortal Kombat 1 there for sure. So maybe Tekken 8 won't be there, but I still think it could be. I don't think they're going to worry too much about the competition there. Next, we're going with a slight gamble, and that is the Captain America cross / whatever you want to call it, Black Panther game, announced from Skydance Studios, which was announced at last year's Disney Game Showcase. Now, the reason I'm not sure if it's going to be here or not is because they might actually do a Disney Showcase again this year. Last year it was in September, so there's still a few months. They could do another one in September. I hope they do because I enjoyed it. But if they're not planning on doing one, if they'd rather just do it at Game Awards and Summer Games Fest, it could be here. We could see a trailer this week. That'd be really cool. I'd really pop hard for that. I'm looking forward to seeing more for that game. They did show Midnight Suns footage and trailers at Summer Games Fest last year, so Marvel and Disney aren't afraid to show it in other places, so we could see more of this Captain America / Black Panther game, which would be one of the biggest pops, I think, if it looks good, of course. Another one, Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts guy, even though I want to get into them, and it's on my list to play those games eventually, but I know that I think last year they kind of announced Kingdom Hearts 4 was coming, but we'd have to wait until 2023 to hear or see more. It's 2023 now. I mean, they don't have to show it at Summer Games Fest. They could wait to Game Awards because it's technically still be 23. But I think we could see it this week in some fashion, whether it's just a quick trailer. I don't know. But I think if you're a fan, I would get your hopes up. Not too much, but I would get them up. Speaking of getting your hopes up, I got my hopes up when I heard that Alien Isolation may be getting a sequel and it's in development. Now, if it is a different question. I think it probably is. Is it going to be shown this week? Probably not, but it'd be great if it was. That would get probably the biggest pop from me because I love the first game and I would love them to make a second. If they are going to show it off, Summer Games Fest is a great place to do it, and it would get a massive pop. We know Jeff Keighley said there's 3 or 4 relatively big moments for gamers this week. That could be one of them. That would get a good reaction from a good majority. Not everyone, of course, but a good majority. And it depends how long it's been in development. That's an unknown. It's just kind of rumoured that it's out there in development. If it's very early on, we'll just get a little tease. If it's a lot further along than we think, then maybe we'll get a full trailer. But I would love this to happen. But if I had to put my money on it, I was going to say it might not be here and it might come later on in Game Awards. But you never know. One thing I'm certain we're going to see is more of Immortals of Avium, which we saw at PlayStation Showcase, EA's new single player game. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that. I think it's actually got a July release date, or maybe August or something, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of that here as well. This one doesn't interest me. It looked okay in the trailers, but it just gives me that, I don't know, I just don't think it's going to be great. One that I think would be a massive get for them if they can get it, and I think it's definitely potential because EA have said they're not doing anything this year. They're not doing their EA Play showcase, and that's Skate. Everyone other than me apparently is really excited about a new Skate game. Sorry, I just hit my mic, it might have made a noise. If Jeff Keighley can get some Skate footage, whether it be a trailer or gameplay or whatever, I think it would get people really happy and really excited. So I think that's going to be one of their big 3 or 4 gets that he said he's got. So I'm going to say Skate will be there this week. Now I've said it probably wrong, but you know. And finally, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Obviously, Hogwarts Legacy come out this year and it's going to be the best-selling game of the year, I'm sure of it. And there was no Quidditch and we all got disappointed. Then we found out, oh, they're doing a Quidditch game separately. I've signed up for the beta, haven't heard anything about it yet, but I think we're going to see our first gameplay glimpse here at this showcase. I'm really excited for this one. I don't think this is one of his big 3 or 4, but I do think it would be cool to see it. And if it looks good, it's going to do really well. I mean, it'll probably do really well anyway because of the name, but it would be fantastic if they can actually make this Quidditch game great. I love the one on the PS2. Things have changed since then. It needs to be a lot better than that, but this game has a lot of potential and I think it's going to do really well either way, but it'd be great if it looked great this week when I'm sure we're going to see it. I'm very sure we're going to see it this week. And that's kind of it for my predictions for this Summer Games Fest showcase. If all of those things happen, I think it'd be a great showcase. Obviously not all of them will, but I'm pretty confident a lot of them will. So I think it's going to be a good week. Nothing mind-blowing, but a great week. I do want to just touch on the Xbox showcase before I go. So Summer Games Fest is on Thursday. We've got the Xbox showcase on Sunday. Xbox have a chance here to really blow us away and not take the lead. It's going to take a lot to catch up with Sony, but to really be like, hey look, Sony have dropped the ball here. They've not impressed their fans. They've let them down as such. Why don't we just come out all guns blazing? Let's show them what we've got. If they can do it right, if they do it well, this could be one hell of a week for Xbox. One hell of a week. When PlayStation fans are feeling down, Xbox could just really take it away. And I've gone through the games that I think could be there and we know that are coming at some point, and that's not including some surprises they could have out there. And what I think they should do. So first off, we know Starfield's going to be there. They've said it. They've got their own Starfield Direct straight after. I'm not going to talk much about that. We know that's coming. We just need it to look good. We need it to be good, but we need it to look good as well. Next on my list for Xbox is Avowed. Avowed is coming from Obsidian, I believe. Well, I've seen that now. I've just put... Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink these dates. I'll talk about... Obsidian are making Avowed and Outer Worlds 2. I'm not sure which one is further in development and which one's coming out first. Because at the moment I've put that we're going to see an Avowed trailer and a release window of early kind of spring 24. But then I've put Outer Worlds 2, we're going to get gameplay trailer and a release window of summer 2024. Sorry, did I say 2022? Spring 24 for Avowed, summer 24 for Outer Worlds 2. I now know that's impossible because I'm pretty sure they're made by the same developer. So forget those games because I've kind of screwed that up. But say one of them's going to come next summerish time and the other one will come in 25 or 26, I guess. So maybe we won't see one of them. If I had to guess, I've kind of fucked this up, but I think we'll see Avowed this week on Sunday with a release window of summer 24. This one a lot of people are excited for, even though we've seen very little. But obviously Obsidian are great developers. They made Fallout New Vegas as well, and Outer Worlds, which everyone loves. So a lot of potential. I think this could be great. We need to see it now. It's been... How long ago did they announce Avowed? It's either 2020 or 2021, so it's time to see more. And I think this is the time. I think they know they need to show it, so I think we're going to see it. Another one we need to see is Fable. Again, it's been years since we've seen that, and that announcement trailer was very short and gave away very little. I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see a trailer, but I think they're going to say 2025 on this one, not 24. I think this is still a ways out. They might not even say a date. They might, a year. They definitely won't say a date. If they say a year, I think it'll be 25, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. But I think we'll have to see something, or at least they'll have to acknowledge it and say, look, maybe they even say, look, I know we announced this, development's not going as well as we hoped, we're pushing it back, but here's something else. I don't know. But I think we're going to hear something from Fable, and my guess would be we'll see a trailer. More, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but before that, before we see Fable, or before it comes out, we should be seeing Indiana Jones. And I think we're going to see a trailer this week and a release window of Winter 24. I'll be surprised if it's earlier than that. I mean, it could be this year, but we've not seen anything, which makes me think we'll see a trailer now, push it, it'll be shown to come out, their big game for next autumn, next Christmas, winter time. Obviously, this year's one is Starfield. I think next year's one will be an Indiana Jones. So we're going to see a trailer for that. Hopefully it looks good. They just need to make it like Uncharted. It's going to be their Uncharted, and it's got a big name attached to it, so it's got all the chances of being successful anyway, like money wise. Well, I guess not because of Game Pass, but you know. But I think we're going to see that, and then I think Gears 6 could be teased. We don't really know what the Coalition are doing. There was rumours that they were going to do another project, but now there's rumours that that's not happening. They're going to go back to Gears 6. They've been told, look, you've got to go and do Gears 6. So maybe we see a tease for that. If we do, I don't think we're going to get a window. Or maybe we do and it's like 25. I don't think it's anytime soon. I hope it's soon. I'm a massive Gears fan. If you know me, I'm a massive Gears fan. What I think is more likely, and maybe we get both of these, Gears 6, but also a Gears collection. I know a lot of fans want it, and we haven't really been told it's happening, but it would be a great surprise and a great treat for the Xbox fans who feel like they've had it bad lately, and they have had it bad. A Gears collection would be great. And when I say collection, I'm talking 1, 2, and 3. We've already got Ultimate Edition. Put that in and then give us 2 and 3 remastered as well with all multiplayer. Basically, give me Master Chief Collection, but for Gears. That's what I'm asking for. If they can pull it off, it'd be fantastic. I'd like them to announce that and announce a release date for this year. It'd be incredible. Maybe I'm just getting wishful here, but I think there's a chance, because I think the last few years Xbox have been thinking, how can we, Gears 6 ain't coming for a while, how can we get Gears fans satiated until then? And I think that's the way to do it. So yeah, that could happen. A definite thing that's going to happen is Forza Motorsport. We're going to see that because that's going to come out this year, I think. I'll be surprised if it doesn't come out this year. I think it'll be announced to come out before Starfield, so maybe August. I'm not a massive Forza guy, but I think we'll see a trailer and a release date. Another one that hopefully comes out this year, if not early next, but I've put down for a November 23 release date to be announced at this event, is Hellblade 2. I am a massive fan of the first Hellblade game. I cannot wait for the second one. Even though the last footage we saw of it didn't look overly great. I mean, it looked great, but it didn't look exciting and like fun to play. But anyway, I'm hoping we're going to see gameplay and a release date for it finally, and I'm hoping it's this year. I'm going to go with November 23. I feel like they need one more game this year, and I think it's going to be Hellblade. I'm probably wrong about the release date, but I can't be wrong about seeing it. They have to show it. It was one of the first ever games to be announced for next gen consoles, and we're still not here. It's almost, it will be 3 years into the cycle by the time it comes out. I think it's time we see Hellblade, and I think we will. As I said, Outer Worlds next on my list. We've spoken about that one. State of Decay 3. I think that could come out next year, so I think we're going to see a trailer for it, a gameplay trailer and a release window for 2024. I said Avowed would be their late game, so maybe State of Decay is like a summer game for 24. And then, I'm not a State of Decay man, I've not played them. I want to play State of Decay 2, but I haven't got around to it, so I don't know much about it to talk about it. But then I think they're going to end on Perfect Dark. The big game from the studios called The Initiative, which has got all like the top dogs from all the big companies like Naughty Dog and whatnot. I think it's time we see more Perfect Dark, and I think they're going to see a trailer with a release window of 25, which would be enough. Look at that, right? If all that happens, right, we know that this year we've got Starfield, Forza, and Hellblade 2. That's a good end of the year, and you could argue would top PlayStation. Spider-Man 2 probably beats all 3 of them, but you know, it means they got more than PlayStation at least. 2024, you would have Avowed, Indiana Jones, and State of Decay 3. Which, when I say them out loud, isn't the greatest, but maybe not State of Decay 3, but if Avowed, Indiana Jones are great games, that's a great year. That's a fantastic year. And then 2025, you would have, let's say, Gear 6. Obviously, I've got the Gears collection as well. Let's say Gear 6, Fable, and Perfect Dark. That's a great year. So it does feel like games are starting to line up. Obviously, these are just predictions. I could be so far off from these predictions, but I feel like that's kind of the direction they're trying to go. 3 to 4 games a year, big games. And I feel like if they can have a showcase like that with all those games, they'll do really well. Fans will be pleased. There'll be a direction, and they'll see that things are falling into place. There's still a lot of other developers they've got that we don't know anything about, so I'm expecting that kind of thing, but with even more surprises and announcements for maybe even 26. Maybe a Halo related announcement. I don't know. I don't think so, because Infinite's still relatively newish. But yeah, that's my predictions for Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase. I haven't gone into Ubisoft because they're doing their own showcase, so I could have put some of their stuff in the Summer Games Fest, but I don't think we're going to see anything because they're doing their own one on the Monday following the Xbox. I'm not going to predict anything because they've basically said we're going to see Avatar, Assassin's Creed, and something else. I can't remember what it was. Probably the Skull and Bones game. But I will be live reacting to all 3 showcases. I'm going to be doing it a bit differently. Obviously, if you did watch my PlayStation 1, it was like an hour and a half long. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is, well, you'll see when I do it, but I'm going to record my live reactions to the whole showcase, but then only upload the good reactions. Because there's a lot of that PlayStation showcase where I could have just sat there like this. So that's not fun for anyone to watch. So what I'm going to do is react to it, but just cut it out into the good bits. And hopefully that will be enjoyable for you guys to watch. And yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, hopefully these predictions have come true. I think I've got a lot of stuff. I can't say I've got a lot of stuff right. I think I'm thereabouts in the ballpark of what's going to happen at both those showcases. I'll be shocked if none of it happens. I want to be excited about video games. That's what I'm saying. And I'm excited for this year. Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2. Get me excited about next year. That's all I ask. PlayStation didn't do it. Can someone else do it? Hopefully Xbox can. Hopefully all the other developers can from Summer Games Fest. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, leave a comment. What do you think is going to happen at Summer Games Fest or the Xbox Showcase? What are you most looking forward to seeing? Anything you think I'm completely wrong about or completely right about, let me know. And subscribe if you want to see more of these prediction videos or my live reaction stuff or anything. Obviously, my Twitch is in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in my reaction videos later this week.